Welcome to Millionaire Mindset, where we give you ways and advice to achieve financial freedom. In a previous video, we talked about the top richest people in history, but all of them are already dead. So for this video, we will look at the top 25 richest people in the world today. These are the world's most elite. For them, making billions on a yearly basis is a pretty normal thing. So we will look at their background, their stories on how they got to this position. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell to get notified when we publish new videos. And be sure to watch the entire video to avoid missing any important details. Send us your questions and suggestions in the comment section because we'd love to hear from you. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Number 25. Tadashi Ito, $49.3 billion. Tadashi-san is the richest person in Japan currently. You might have worn a clothing brand name Uniqlo before. Well, he founded that company. It became an easy sensation for Japanese people because they offer hip fashion for teenagers and young adults. Now it has 2,000 stores from 20 different countries. Tadashi Ito stepped down as CEO, but he still has 46% stake in the company. Number 24. Phil Knight, $51.9 billion. In the world of sports, apparel, and sneakers, I think we can safely say that Nike has dominated this market for quite some time now. That's why Phil Knight became the 24th richest person in the world. He co-founded the company and took it from a small, humble business to this massive worldwide phenomenon. Much like Bill Gates, not as heavily involved now with philanthropy. He even gave billions of dollars to his alma mater, the University of Oregon. Number 23. Michael Bloomberg, $54.9 billion. You might know Bloomberg from when he tried to run the 2020 US presidential election. But for most New Yorkers, he is a known figure way before that because he was the mayor of New York City for many years. He became a billionaire through the stock market and his media empire, in which he still owns an 88% stake. Number 22. Mackenzie Scott, $56.6 billion. Now, Scott isn't a CEO of a multinational company, but she is on the list for being Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. That's how rich the Bezos are that when they are separated, both are still included in the top richest person list. Now consider the most expensive divorce in history. Scott ended with $38 billion in shares at Amazon. She is also involved with charity work, especially in the COVID-19 pandemic, where she gave away $4.1 billion worth of food and shelter. Number 21. Jack Ma, $61.2 billion. The Chinese Jeff Bezos, Jack Ma, is still the CEO of the conglomerate Alibaba, in which its flagship product with the same name is an e-commerce platform much like Amazon. Despite being antagonized by the Chinese government since 2014, Jack Ma remained in a 21st spot. Alibaba was also known as one of the largest IPO, or initial public offering, in history with $25 billion. Number 20. Carlos Slim Helou, $62.8 billion. If you own the country's major grocery store chain, a cell phone provider, and the biggest construction company, then you ought to be on this list. Carlos Slim owns all of this in his home country of Mexico. Even at 81 years old, Mexicans still support Carlos' businesses. That's why his wealth continues to grow. Number 19. Rob Walton, $64.2 billion. Well, this is only the first Walton on this list. There will be more later because these Walton siblings are known as the heirs of the famous supermarket store chain called Walmart. Rob Walton succeeded his father as CEO when he died in 1992. Now, Walmart employs over 2.3 million employees, making them the largest employers in the world. They have struggled with online stores like Amazon, but Walmart remains to be America's truly beloved company. Number 18. Jim Walton, $64.5 billion. The second of the Walton siblings is also the youngest. Jim is the man in charge of the financial arm of the company, specifically the family's Harvest Bank, which has $16 billion in assets. After serving for more than 10 years on the Walmart board, he stepped down and have been involved with politics, but today he mostly remains private. Number 17. Alice Walton, $64.7 billion. The last of the Waltons. It's funny that the siblings' net worth remain close to each other, but Alice has slightly beaten his brothers on this list despite not being directly involved with Walmart. She is also the second richest woman in the world right now. Her main focus is on fine arts, though she remained at Walmart's board of trustees. She now owns pieces of art from Warhol, Rockwell, and Rothko. What a hobby. Number 16. Collin Wang, $67.8 billion. Another Chinese founder of an e-commerce platform. He started the company called Pinduoduo. His resume is top-notch. He was an intern at Microsoft in 2014 and then had a successful career at Google. No wonder he became very successful in the tech world. Number 15. Mahua Tang, also known as Phony Ma, $69.1 billion. The next Chinese on this list is the founder and CEO of Tencent Holdings, a Chinese tech giant. He founded the company way back in 1998 and survived the dot-com bubble, and the rest is history. Number 14. Amancio Ortega, $74.6 billion. This one is an elusive figure. We know nothing much about him other than he is the founder of Inditex, which includes fashion store chains like Zara, Massimo, Duty, Pull & Bear, Stradivarius, U2Q, Bershka, and Oysho. We might not know the guy, but I'm pretty sure you wore some of his clothing brands. Number 13. Francoise Bettencourt Myers, $75.4 billion. We talked about Miss Bettencourt in our Richest Families video. She is the richest woman in the world, and much like Alice Walton, she inherited the business called L'Oreal from her grandfather, Eugen Schuller. Again, a very popular worldwide brand up to this day. That's why she remained at the top of the list. Number 12. Mukesh Ambani, $78 billion. Now we go to India, where Mukesh Ambani rules the land. This Yemeni-born Indian is the wealthiest in the country. He is the chairman and managing director of the Indian energy and materials conglomerate called Reliance Industries Limited. He is also known as the owner of the most expensive house in the world, the Antilia. Number 11. Steve Ballmer, $78.8 billion. He served as the CEO of Microsoft for 14 years from 2000 to 2014. Now he can usually be seen at Los Angeles Clippers games as he became the owner of the NBA team. Being Bill Gates' college friend and having a business degree, he was one of the first employees of the giant tech company. Number 10. Sergey Brin, $87.6 billion. We are sticking with tech moguls in our top 10. You may not know the guy, but I'm pretty sure you use his website every day. I'm talking about the search engine, Google. Yes, he co-founded the most used website ever back in 1998. He is now the president of Alphabet, which is Google's parent company. Number 9. Larry Ellison, $88.5 billion. Another person very much involved with technology is in the top 9 on our list. Larry Ellison is the founder and CEO of Oracle Corporation and a major investor in Tesla. So he's involved with the two of the largest tech companies today. Not bad considering his business struggle in the 80s. It just goes to show that it pays to follow your dreams. Number 8. Shenshan, $89.9 billion. Would you believe that the richest man in China came from the bottled water business? Well, that's exactly the case here. He is the CEO of Nongfu Spring, a bottled water company listed in Hong Kong in 2020, making him the newest addition to this list. Number 7. Larry Page, $90.3 billion. We go back to tech giants. Remember when I said that Sergey Brin co-founded Google? Well, the other co-founder was none other than Larry Page. He also is a member of the board of Alphabet. It is said that he is the one responsible for the PageRank algorithm used by Google to list the search results. Number 6. Warren Buffett, $93.1 billion. I remember way back when the only two fighting for the top spot on this list were Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. But now he still sits in the 6th spot, which is pretty good considering he is heavily involved with philanthropy, much like his friend Bill Gates. He is known as the founder of Berkshire Hathaway and as a genius strategic stock market investor. Number 5. Mark Zuckerberg, $95.9 billion. We are well familiar with this man's infamous story. He started Facebook in his dormitory in Harvard way back in 2004, and after a bunch of lawsuits, he is now in the top 5 on this list. Facebook also has some other tech subsidiaries that I'm sure you use on a daily basis, like Instagram and WhatsApp. Now Zuckerberg is getting involved with crypto and metaverse, market renaming his parent company, Meta. Number 4. Bill Gates, $123 billion. He is Mark Zuckerberg before Mark Zuckerberg. Founded the tech behemoth Microsoft, dropped out at Harvard, survived a bunch of lawsuits, and is now the 4th richest man in the world. He is number 1 of the longest time, but he gave away much of his wealth to change the world, especially to impoverished countries in Africa. I just love watching what he will be involved in next. Number 3. Bernard Arnault, $158 billion. He is the richest man not involved in technology. When we talked about luxury, Arnault sure is the one we go to. He founded LVMH, a luxury conglomerate that is the parent company of such brands as Louis Vuitton, Dom Perignon, Bulgari, Hennessy, Tag Heuer, and many more. Today, he just oversees the company and controls half of it. Number 2. Elon Musk, $174 billion. Elon Musk gained over $150 billion in just 12 months, so he definitely had a better year than all of us. He held the top spot for a short period before Bezos beat him to it. We all know that he is the founder of the electric car manufacturer, Tesla, and other ventures like SpaceX and the Boring Company. Number 1. Jeff Bezos, $187 billion. Jeff Bezos started selling books online. Who would have thought that he is destined to be the richest man in the world? Of course, we all know he founded the biggest e-commerce platform and one of the most powerful corporations in the world, called Amazon. He is so rich that it doesn't affect that he lost a sizable amount of his wealth from his divorce. That's our list for today. We hope you liked the video and learned something from it. Do you think Jeff Bezos will hold the top spot for a very long time? It will be interesting if he will be beaten somehow by a person not involved with technology because tech moguls dominated this list for so long now. I guess we shall wait and see. Join us again next time here in Millionaire Mindset for another round of tips in achieving your financial freedom. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.